God has already spoken over your life, and tonight is the night that you will see the manifestation of what He has promised. Your journey has not been in vain. Through the trials, the tests, the long nights of uncertainty, God has been with you, leading you, strengthening you. You may have doubted at times. You may have questioned whether this moment would ever come, but now you stand at the threshold of a divine breakthrough. You see, the key to unlocking what's rightfully yours has always been within you. It was never about your circumstances or the people around you. It was always about your ability to believe in the unseen, to trust in the voice that speaks to your heart, even when the world tells you it's impossible. Tonight, that belief will be rewarded. God has already decreed it. His word cannot fail. His promises are sure. And right now, at this very moment, you are stepping into the fullness of what He has promised you. You have passed the test. The storm you've weathered has been preparation. The battles you've fought, the pain you've endured, and the patience you've learned, all of it has shaped you into who you are today. And today, the door of opportunity swings wide open. You are no longer the person you were yesterday, the person who doubted, the person who feared, the person who struggled. Tonight, you will see the fruit of your perseverance. What you've asked for is on its way. But it is not just what you've asked for. It is more than that. It is what you've become in the process. You have learned how to trust when there was no reason to, how to believe when the world told you it was foolish. And that trust, that unwavering faith, has positioned you for the blessing that is coming tonight. The world may not see it yet, but in the realm of the Spirit has already been done. God has already prepared the way. What was once invisible is about to become visible. The doors that seem closed will swing wide open. The people who seem to block your path will begin to clear the way. The very things that were meant to break you will now become the stepping stones for your promotion. You are chosen. You have been set apart for such a time as this. And as you stand on the edge of what is about to unfold, do not let fear or doubt creep in. What is coming is not too much for you. It is exactly what you've been prepared for. You will not fail. You will not fall short. You will rise, and you will rise higher than you've ever dreamed. Your reward is not just in the physical things that are coming, but in the peace, the joy, and the unwavering confidence in knowing that God has never let you down and He never will. So stand firm tonight. Stand in expectation. Stand in faith. Your reward is here. It is not just a promise for the future. It is a reality for tonight. You've passed the test, and now the manifestation of everything you have believed in is about to unfold. You are ready. The time is now. You have made it through what many would have considered impossible. The trials that once seemed insurmountable now serve as proof of your strength, your resilience, and your unwavering belief. It wasn't always easy, was it? The tears, the heart-touch, the days when you felt alone. But now you understand something profound. It was all a part of the process. Each struggle, each challenge was shaping you into the person you needed to become in order to carry the weight of the blessing that is coming your way. Tonight, your reward is coming. You've been chosen for this. This isn't a coincidence or random happenstance. You were always meant to stand in this moment to experience this divine unfolding. The very things you've longed for, prayed for, and believed in are now entering your life. Not because of anything you've done to earn them, but because you have trusted God in the silence, in the waiting, and in the storm. When you were uncertain, God was sure. When you couldn't see the path ahead, He already had it paved. When your heart grew weary, His strength carried you. And now, as you stand on the cusp of this incredible reward, know that all of heaven is rejoicing with you. You are not stepping into this moment alone. God is with you, guiding you, and filling you with His power and His grace. As you reflect on your journey, consider how far you've come. There was a time when you doubted you would even make it this far. The challenges seem too great, the opposition too strong. Yet here you are, stronger, wiser, and more grounded in your faith than ever before. Those very obstacles that were meant to break you have only served to build you. They have refined your character, deepened your trust in God, and elevated your spiritual awareness. You see, it's not just about the material blessings that are coming. It's about the transformation that has taken place in your heart, mind, and spirit. You've learned to stand firm in the midst of chaos. You've learned to believe even when the evidence suggests it otherwise. You've learned to speak things into existence, to declare that what God has promised He will bring to pass. And now, you will see it. You will see what has been spoken over your life. You will see the manifestation of everything you believed and hoped for. There's a reason why tonight is so significant. It's not just another night. It's the night that God has ordained for your breakthrough. It's the moment when the heavens open and pour down the blessings you've been waiting for. It's the moment when your prayers are answered, when your dreams are realized, when your heart is filled with the joy and peace that only God can give. You have been faithful in the small things, and now God is about to reward you with greater things. Your obedience, your perseverance, your trust in Him have positioned you for this. This is not a reward you could have earned by your own strength or effort. It's a divine reward, a manifestation of God's grace, mercy, and love for you. His timing is perfect, and tonight, His timing is unfolding in your life. You might be wondering how it will all happen. How will the doors open? How will the blessings pour in? Understand this. When God moves, He moves in ways you cannot predict. He is not bound by time, space, or circumstances. What may seem impossible to the natural eye is easy for God. He has already made a way for you, a way that will surpass your expectations. As you stand in faith, know that God is already moving behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail of your life for your good. There's something you need to understand in this moment. The reward that is coming is not just for you alone. It is meant to bless others, to show others the power of God's love and grace. You were chosen not just for your own blessing, but to be a beacon of hope and light to those around you. Your victory will inspire others to believe that they too can overcome. Your testimony will serve as proof that nothing is impossible for God, that no matter how dark the season, joy comes in the morning. This is your moment of elevation. You are stepping into a new chapter of your life, a chapter where God's promises are no longer just words spoken over you, but are now manifesting in your reality. You are being elevated to a higher level. Your dreams are no longer distant hopes, but tangible realities that you can touch, see, and experience. This is the reward for your faithfulness, for your trust, for your unwavering belief that God will fulfill His promises. And even as you step into this new season, understand that your journey is far from over. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. What God has in store for you is greater than anything you could have imagined. The reward you're receiving tonight is only a taste of what's to come. As you continue to walk in faith, continue to trust, continue to believe, God will take you from glory to glory. He will lead you to places you never thought possible, opening doors that no man can shut and pouring out blessings that will overflow. The best part is that you are ready for it. You have passed the test. You have proven that you can handle the blessing that is coming your way. God does not give to those who are unprepared. He does not pour out His promises on those who are not ready to receive them. But you are ready. Your heart is open. Your faith is strong. And your mind is aligned with God's purpose for your life. You are prepared for this divine manifestation. The reward you will receive tonight is not just something that will add to your life. It will change your life. It will transform you in ways that only God can. Your understanding of what is possible will shift. Your perspective will expand. You will no longer look at the world through the same eyes. You will see the world through God's eyes. And you will begin to realize that nothing is impossible for you. Your reward is not just the manifestation of your desires. It is the realization that you are a co-creator with God, that what you speak, believe, and trust in will come to pass. You are walking in divine alignment with your purpose. And tonight, that alignment will bear fruit. So as this night unfolds, hold on to the truth that God has spoken over your life. Hold on to the promise that He has made. Tonight is your night. The manifestation of all that you have believed in is happening. What you've been waiting for is coming to pass. Your faith has made you whole. Your trust in God has opened the floodgates of heaven. You are chosen. And tonight, your reward is being poured out in abundance. Stand firm in the knowledge that this is just the beginning. And what is coming is far greater than you could have ever imagined. You are on the precipice of something extraordinary, and it will happen tonight. Tonight, the divine plan is coming into full motion. You've endured, you've believed, and now the heavens are aligning to bring the reward that you've been patiently waiting for. All of the struggles, all the heartache, all the challenges you faced, none of it was in vain. It was all leading to this moment. You've passed the test. You've been proven worthy of what is about to unfold. As you stand here at this moment in time, know that everything is in place for your blessing, for your reward. The wait, the long seasons of not knowing, the periods where you felt uncertain and wondered if it would ever happen have all been part of your preparation. It may have felt like nothing was changing, like you were standing still while the world moved around you, but God was working behind the scenes. You may not have seen it, but He was moving in ways you couldn't comprehend. Every step you took, every moment you stood in faith, even when it seemed impossible, was setting the stage for what is to come tonight. The victory that you are about to experience was already secured in the spiritual realm long before you ever saw the evidence of it in your physical world. Tonight is a manifestation. It's the realization of everything you believed for. The dreams that once felt distant, the promises you once held on to in the quiet moments, the prayers you whispered in the stillness of your heart, tonight they all come to fruition. You are stepping into the fullness of what God has for you. This is the moment you've been prepared for, and you are ready. You have been chosen to receive, and the heavens are pouring down blessings just for you. The reward you are about to receive is not just material. It's also spiritual. It's a gift of peace, a deeper understanding, and a newfound clarity that will illuminate every area of your life. The manifestation that is unfolding is not just about what you can see, but what you can feel, what you can know in your spirit. God is giving you a deeper connection, a stronger relationship with Him that will lead you through every season of life with a sense of a purpose and direction that you've never known before. When you look back at where you've come from, remember this. You passed through the fire, and it has refined you. The trials you've experienced were not meant to break you, but to strengthen you, to purify you, to prepare you for the greatness that is now at your doorstep. The pain you felt, the tears you've shed were not wasted. They were part of your spiritual growth. And now you stand here, ready to receive everything that God has prepared for you. And now you stand here, ready to receive everything that God has prepared for you. This is not just your reward. It's the reward for your faith, for your endurance, for your trust in God, even when you couldn't see the way ahead. What you are stepping into tonight is more than just a blessing. It is a divine alignment. It is the perfect convergence of your faith, your actions, and God's timing. You see, this isn't just about receiving something material. It's about receiving the fullness of plan for your life. The path you've walked, the journey you've taken has been leading you to this moment. Your faith has been the compass, and God has been guiding you every step of the way. And as you step into this reward, you need to remember one thing. This is just the beginning. Tonight is not the culmination of your journey. It is the next step. You are being elevated to a new level. The blessings you will receive tonight will open doors to even greater blessings, greater opportunities, and greater understanding. This is the beginning of a new chapter, one that is filled with God's favor and His grace. This reward is not the end of the story. It is the foundation upon which your future will be built. You may not see it all yet, but as you continue to walk in faith, continue to trust in God's plan, you will see how everything fits together perfectly. The dreams you've carried in your heart for so long will start to take shape in ways that will astound you. What you thought was impossible will become a reality. What you thought was out of reach will now be within your grasp. The breakthrough you've been waiting for is here, and it will unfold before your very eyes. But this reward, this manifestation, is not just for you. It's for those around you too. You are not only receiving this blessing to enjoy it for yourself. It is meant to be a testimony of God's goodness, a witness to His power and His grace. As you step into this reward, others will see the power of God's hand at work in your life. Your testimony will serve as a beacon of hope for those who are still waiting, still wondering if their time will come. You will be a living example of God's faithfulness, and through you, others will be encouraged to keep believing, to keep pressing forward, to keep trusting. You are being elevated for a reason. This reward is not just for your personal benefit, it is for the glory of God. You have been chosen to carry His light, to share His love, and to be a witness to the world of His faithfulness. Your reward is a reflection of His goodness, and as you receive it, know that it is meant to be shared. As you are blessed, others will be blessed by your story, your faith, and your testimony. You have passed through the fire, and you are now stepping into your reward. The journey has been long, but the rewards are great. God has seen your faithfulness, your perseverance, and your trust, and now He is honoring that with His blessing. Your reward is here, and it will not be withheld. It is coming to you tonight. What you have asked for is already on its way. What you have believed for is being manifest in your life right now. The wait is over. As you stand in this moment, remember, you are not just receiving a blessing for yourself. You are receiving it for the glory of God. You are stepping into a new season of favor, of abundance, of divine alignment. This is the moment where everything changes. What once seemed impossible will now be made possible. The doors that once seemed closed will now open wide. The mountains that once stood in your way will now be moved. Tonight, you are walking into the manifestation of everything you have prayed for. This is not just about receiving what you have asked for. It is about receiving the fullness of God's plan for your life. You are stepping into a new dimension of favor, of purpose, and of destiny. What God has in store for you is greater than anything you could have imagined, and tonight you will see it begin to unfold before your eyes. The reward you receive tonight is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of something even greater. As you receive, as you step into this moment of divine manifestation, know that this is just the beginning of the journey. What is coming is greater than anything you have ever dreamed, and you are ready to walk in it. You have been chosen for this moment, and you will not be denied. The doors are opening, the way is being made, and your reward is here. You've made it through seasons of uncertainty, and now the moment has come for your reward. The divine clock is ticking, and every second of your journey, every prayer you've whispered in quiet moments, has been building up to this point. Every step you've taken in faith, no matter how small, has led you closer to this manifestation. The reward you are about to receive is not just about the fulfillment of your desires. It is the completion of a divine purpose. Tonight, you are being positioned to receive not only a personal blessing, but also a message of hope for those who are still waiting for their breakthrough. God sees you. He sees every tear you've shed, every sacrifice you've made, and every moment you've walked in faith when it seemed like nothing was changing. And tonight, in His perfect timing, He is bringing the manifestation of His promises into your life. You are not being rewarded for your ability to see the outcome, but for your unwavering trust in Him. The reward is a testament to your obedience, your surrender, and your commitment to walk in His light, even when the path was unclear. It was your faith that moved mountains. And tonight, you will see that faith come to life. This reward is coming at the exact right time. Many have questioned, many have doubted, but God's timing is always perfect. It's not about when you think it should happen. It's about when God has prepared you to receive. This moment has been long in the making, and everything that has occurred in your life up until now was part of the divine plan. You have passed through trials to come out stronger, wiser, and more aligned with the purpose God has for your life. You are now ready to receive what has been waiting for you. Your reward will come in ways that you may not expect. It may show up in the form of a new opportunity, a shift in your circumstances, or a deeper understanding of your purpose. It may come in the form of a healing, a restoration, or a new level of peace and fulfillment that you have never experienced before. But no matter how it comes, it will come. The reward is certain, it is already ordained, it is already prepared for you, and all you need to do now is receive it. Tonight, as you prepare to step into your reward, let go of any doubts that still linger in your heart. Release any lingering fear or hesitation. God has already spoken, and His word does not return void. You may not yet see the full picture, but know that everything is falling into place. This is the divine moment where heaven touches earth, where your prayers are answered, and where the promises of God are made manifest in your life. This is not just a blessing for you, but for everyone who has witnessed your journey. For those who have walked alongside you, who have seen your struggles and your victories, your reward will be a sign of God's faithfulness to them as well. You are not just a vessel for your own blessings, you are a beacon of hope to others. Your journey, your faith, your perseverance are testaments to the power of trusting in God's plan. When others see you receive your reward, they will know that God is still in the business of miracles. They will know that He is faithful, that He hears the cries of His people, and that He is still working wonders in the lives of those who trust in Him. When you receive this reward, understand that it is not just about what you prayed for. It's a reflection of the heart of God towards you. You are His beloved, His child, and He has heard your cries. He knows the desires of your heart, and tonight He is fulfilling them. This is not a reward based on your merit, but based on His grace. It's a gift freely given, a manifestation of His love for you. You are receiving not because you've earned it, but because He has chosen to bless you. And this blessing is not a small thing. It is the beginning of something even greater, something more profound than you could have imagined. As you receive, don't forget to give thanks. This is a moment of great joy, but also of deep gratitude. Thank God for bringing you through every trial, for refining you in the fire, for teaching you to trust when it was difficult, and for never abandoning you. Your reward is a reflection of His love and His faithfulness, and it's important to honor Him with a heart of gratitude. The Bible says, every good and perfect gift is from above. And tonight you are receiving one of those good and perfect gifts. What is coming is not only a reward for what you've endured, but a seed for the future. This reward is meant to propel you forward into your next season. It's the fuel that will keep your faith burning brightly as you continue on your journey. The doors that are opening to you tonight will lead to even greater opportunities, greater growth, and greater transformation. What you receive tonight is just the beginning of a new chapter in your life. It is a launch pad for the next phase of your destiny. You will look back on this moment, and you will realize that everything changed from tonight forward. What you are receiving tonight is not just a one-time blessing. It is the beginning of a new era. You are stepping into a new level of favor, a new level of anointing, and a new level of divine alignment. As you step into this new season, remember that the reward you're receiving is only the beginning of the abundance that God has in store for you. This reward is a declaration that your waiting has not been in vain. Every moment you spent in anticipation, every moment you wondered if it would ever come to pass, God has seen it. He has watched your faith grow, your patience deepen, and your trust in Him solidify. He knows your heart, and He knows how much you belonged for this moment. And now, He is answering you. In the coming days, you will begin to see the full extent of what God has done. You will witness the unfolding of a beautiful tapestry, one that has been woven with His grace and His wisdom. You will see how all the pieces of your life have fit together, even the difficult moments, the ones you didn't understand at the time. They were all part of God's perfect plan. And now, you are standing at the threshold of the manifestation of everything He has promised you. But as you step into this reward, don't forget that it is not just for you. It is for those around you as well. You are a vessel of blessings, and as you receive, others will be blessed by your testimony. Your faith will be a light that shines brightly for others to follow. Your journey will inspire others to trust, to believe, and to hold fast to God's promises. As you walk in the fullness of your reward, let it be a testimony to the world of God's goodness, His grace, and His unwavering faithfulness. Tonight is your night. The reward you've been waiting for is here, and it is more than you could have imagined. It's a gift from God, freely given, and all you have to do is receive it. Know that everything you have gone through has led to this moment. You are ready. You are worthy. You have passed the test, and now it's time to step into the fullness of your reward. The heavens are rejoicing, and so should you. Your victory is here. Your time has come. The reward you are about to receive tonight is not just the result of a prayer answered, but the culmination of a season of transformation. You have been molded, shaped, and refined for this moment. What is coming into your life now is the direct result of the work God has been doing in you. It's the reward for your growth, your perseverance, and your steadfast faith in a time of uncertainty. The road was never meant to be easy, but every hardship you endured, every moment of doubt you overcame, and every obstacle you faced has prepared you to step into the fullness of God's promises. The beauty of divine timing is that it doesn't operate according to human understanding. While we may think we're ready for something, God knows exactly when the time is right. The years of waiting, the seasons of silence, and the periods when you felt as though nothing was happening, they were all part of a larger plan. They were the moments when God was preparing your heart to handle the blessings that are now being poured into your life. You may not have understood why you had to wait, why things unfolded in the way they did, but now, as you stand on the threshold of this reward, you can see that it was all necessary. Tonight marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. You have moved past the barriers that once limited you. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable are now mere stepping stones to the great things ahead. What's coming into your life tonight is not just a fleeting blessing, but a permanent change. It is the fruit of years of waiting, praying, and trusting in a God who never fails. You've walked through the fire, and now you will wear the crown that is the result of your faithfulness. You are about to see how every prayer you've ever uttered, every tear you've shed, every sacrifice you've made, has led to this moment. You are being rewarded not just for what you've done, but for who you've become. This is not about the things you've achieved in the natural sense, but about the transformation that has taken place in your soul. The reward is a reflection of the inner work you've done, the times you've chosen peace over anger, love over hatred, patience over frustration. It's a reflection of your unwavering commitment to seek God's will and trust in His timing. Your reward is not just material, it's a deep internal shift that will affect every area of your life. It's a change of heart, a deepening of faith, and a fresh perspective that will allow you to walk in the full authority and purpose that God has ordained for you. What is unfolding for you tonight is not the result of human effort, but of divine grace. You've worked hard, yes, but it is God's grace that has carried you. It is His grace that has opened doors that were once closed. It is His grace that has led you through seasons of wilderness and into the promised land of your destiny. You are stepping into this reward because of His favor, and it's time for you to accept it fully. You are worthy not because of anything you have done, but because God has chosen you and His favor is upon you. The divine order of your life has been set in motion, and now the manifestation is at hand. What you are about to receive will not just bless you, but will serve as a testimony to the goodness of God. Your reward will shine as a beacon to those around you, letting them know that if God can do it for you, He can do it for them. Your faith will be a witness, your story will inspire, and your victory will give others hope. You are being rewarded not just for your own sake, but for the sake of all those who will be impacted by your testimony. This moment is a divine intersection of your faith and God's will. When you first believed, when you first took the step of faith, you couldn't have known how the story would unfold, but God did. He saw every moment, every step, every challenge, and He knew that you were capable of enduring. Tonight, as you step into your reward, you are also stepping into a new season of influence, a new season of impact, and a new season of divine favor. You are now walking in alignment with God's plan for your life. This is the result of you saying yes to His will, even when it didn't make sense. You didn't give up when it was hard. You didn't stop trusting when it seemed impossible. And now God is rewarding you for your faithfulness. Your reward will come in ways that you can't even imagine, but it will be exactly what you need. It will be a perfect fit for your life, your purpose, and your future. Don't think for a second that your journey was in vain. Every prayer you prayed, every moment of waiting, every setback and triumph, every small step forward, all of it has led to this moment. It wasn't always easy. You didn't always see the outcome, but your trust in God never wavered. And now you are walking in the harvest of your faith. Your reward is evidence of God's faithfulness to those who walk in His ways. As you receive your reward tonight, remember that this is not just for you. It's a blessing for your family, your friends, and all those who have supported you along the way. Your reward is a ripple effect that will touch many lives. It will create a wave of blessings that will flow out of your life and into the lives of others. The impact of your faith is far-reaching, and what you receive tonight will be a seed that multiplies and grows. God has a purpose for this blessing. It is not just for your own benefit, but to advance His kingdom. This reward is a part of the bigger picture that God is painting in your life. It is a piece of the puzzle that will bring you closer to fulfilling the destiny He has set before you. You are being rewarded tonight because you have passed through the fire and come out refined, ready to carry out the work God has for you. Your reward is not just about what you've achieved, but about who you've become in the process. The challenges you faced, the mountains you climbed, the storms you weathered, those were all part of God's preparation for this moment. He knew that you were ready, and now He is bringing you into your promise. Your journey has not been in vain. Every trial, every test, every challenge has been a stepping stone to the manifestation of His promises. And now, as you step into your reward, you can stand tall, knowing that you have persevered and that God is pleased with your faith. Tonight, as you receive what God has prepared for you, know that this is just the beginning. This reward is the opening of a new chapter, a new season, a new opportunity to step into all that God has for you. Your best days are ahead, and the reward you're receiving tonight is only the beginning of the abundant blessings that God has stored up for you. It's time for you to walk in the fullness of His promise, to embrace the life He has planned for you, and to shine as a light to the world. As you stand on the edge of this moment, remember that you are not standing alone. God is with you. His favor surrounds you. His hand is upon your life, guiding you, protecting you, and leading you into all that He has prepared for you. Your reward is a testimony to His goodness, and it is a reflection of His love for you. Tonight, you are being rewarded not because of your own strength or ability, but because God has seen your faith, your trust, and your perseverance, and He is honoring that. Receive the blessing that is coming to you tonight. Embrace it. Walk in it. And know that this reward is a sign of even greater things to come. The best is yet to come. And this moment is just the beginning of all that God has in store for you. The doors that are opening for you tonight will lead to even greater opportunities, even greater breakthroughs, and even greater manifestations of His glory. This is your time. Your reward is here. The season of waiting is over. The season of receiving has begun. Tonight, as you receive the reward, know that it is a direct result of your commitment to God's will for your life. This is the moment when the seeds you've planted through faith, sacrifice, and trust finally bear fruit. The moments you spent praying in silence, standing firm in your beliefs, and choosing faith over fear, each one of those moments has led you to this place. It wasn't easy, and there were times you may have felt discouraged, but in those moments, you chose to remain steadfast. Now God is showing you just how important those moments were as He pours out His reward upon you. This isn't just about the material blessings that are coming into your life. It's much deeper than that. What God is rewarding tonight is the transformation that has taken place in your heart. It's the spiritual growth, the understanding of His will, and the inner peace that you've gained. You've learned to trust in His timing, even when the world told you to rush. You've learned to believe in His plan, even when your circumstances told you that it wasn't possible. And now God is rewarding your patience, your perseverance, and your unwavering belief. The reward is not simply a result of what you have done, but a manifestation of the work God has done in you. It is a reflection of the divine partnership that has been at work in your life. You didn't make it this far on your own. God has been walking you with you every step of the way. Even when you couldn't see Him, He has been guiding you, refining you, and preparing you for this very moment. You are the result of His love, His grace, and His faithfulness. And now, the reward He is giving you tonight is the outward expression of everything that has been happening inside you. As you stand on the edge of this new chapter, remember that this reward is not just for you, but for everyone who will be impacted by your life. Your faithfulness has not only changed you, it has changed the world around you. The blessings you are receiving are not just for your benefit, but for the advancement of God's kingdom. Your testimony will inspire others, your success will open doors for those who come behind you, and your example will show others what is possible when you trust God with everything. This is not the end. This is only the beginning. The reward that is coming into your life tonight is just the first wave of many more to come. This moment is a divine milestone, a sign that the harvest is here, but is also an indicator that there is even greater abundance on the way. God's plans for you are far greater than you can imagine, and what you are receiving tonight is merely a glimpse of what is yet to come. As you embrace the blessings that are pouring into your life, know that they will multiply and expand in ways you can't yet fathom. The challenges you faced along the way were not meaningless. Every trial, Every heart touch, every tear you shed was a part of your preparation for this moment. Each struggle shaped you, refined you, and brought you closer to the person you are today. Now, as you stand in the light of your reward, you can look back with gratitude for the journey you have walked. You are stronger, wiser, and more equipped to handle the blessings that are being released into your life. You've earned this moment, and God is honoring the process it took to get you here. When God rewards you, it is always beyond what you could ask for or imagine. His blessings are not just enough to meet your needs, but they overflow into abundance. The reward you are receiving tonight is not just about what you prayed for. It's about what God has in store for you that you haven't even asked for yet. God's generosity is limitless, and as you receive what is due to you, He is already preparing the next wave of blessings to come. His love for you is vast, and the reward you're receiving tonight is a small reflection of His infinite goodness. Even now, as you're beginning to see the fruits of your labor, remember that this reward is not a reason to stop moving forward. God doesn't bless you so that you can become complacent. He blesses you so that you can keep going. Your journey isn't over. This reward is simply a milestone, a reminder of how far you've come, and a sign of how much farther you can go. The blessing is not the destination, but a part of the process. You are being positioned for even greater things, and God will continue to reward your faithfulness as you keep walking in His direction. Take a moment tonight to pause and reflect on all that God has done for you. Take a moment to celebrate how far you've come, but don't stay in that place of reflection for too long, because the future is waiting for you. The next phase of your journey is just ahead. What God is doing in your life tonight is not just about you. It's about the legacy you will leave behind, the lives you will touch, and the impact you will make. As you step into this new season, remember that you are not walking alone. God's favor is upon you, and He will continue to guide you every step of the way. Your reward is a testimony to the goodness of God and the power of faith. It shows that when you trust in Him, when you walk in His ways, when you believe in His promises, He will never fail you. He has seen your heart, He has seen your struggle, and He is rewarding you for your faithfulness. This reward is not just about the material things that are coming into your life, but about the spiritual growth and the deeper connection with God that you are now experiencing. The reward is a reflection of your obedience, your trust, and your unwavering belief that God is always working on your behalf. As you receive this reward tonight, know that it is a reflection of God's love for you. You are His beloved, and He takes great pleasure in blessing you. He sees your heart, He sees your efforts, and He is rewarding you in ways that will not only change your life, but will change the world around you. Tonight marks a new beginning. The reward you receive will open doors that no man can close. It will break chains that have held you back, and it will empower you to walk in the fullness of your divine destiny. The challenges you have faced have prepared you to stand in this moment of victory. The road may have been long, but it was worth it. Every sacrifice you made, every prayer you prayed, every tear you shed, it was all a part of the divine process that has led you here. Tonight, you are not just receiving a reward, you are stepping into your destiny. You are stepping into the life that God has always planned for you. And as you receive this blessing, know that it is only the beginning of what is to come. This moment is not just for you, it's for your family, your friends, and those who have been watching you with awe. They will see the favor of God upon your life, and they will know that if God can do this for you, He can do it for them. You are a living testimony of God's power to transform lives. Your story will inspire others to trust in God, to believe in His promises, and to walk by faith. You are about to become a beacon of hope, a light to those around you, showing them that with God all things are possible. As you receive this reward tonight, Know that it is a sign of God's love for you and a testament to the faithfulness you've shown in the midst of adversity. He has seen your heart, and now He is rewarding you in ways that will surpass all your expectations. This moment is not the end of your journey, it's a new beginning. The best is yet to come, and tonight you are stepping into a new season of blessings, favor, and divine fulfillment. The reward you've been waiting for is here, and it's only the beginning of what God has planned for you. Tonight, as the blessings unfold in your life, realize that they are not just for the moment. They are part of a bigger divine plan that has been unfolding over time. This is not an accident or a mere coincidence. This is a direct result of God's hand upon your life. The reward you are receiving tonight is proof that every prayer you've prayed, every challenge you've overcome, every step you've taken in faith has not gone unnoticed. Heaven has been watching you, and now the reward is flowing to you in abundance. You have endured much, and in your endurance you have found strength. You have faced hardships that seemed insurmountable, but you overcame them. Each obstacle, each trial, each moment of uncertainty has been a step toward the reward that is now entering your life. These were the moments that tested your faith, but they also refined you, shaping you into the person you are today, the person who is ready for this moment, the person who is ready to receive the fullness of what God has prepared for you. Your journey has not been easy, and it hasn't always been clear. At times you may have wondered if you were on the right path or if your efforts were in vain. But the truth is those doubts were only temporary. You never gave up, you never lost faith, and God saw every moment you pressed on despite the challenges. Now you are reaping the rewards of your persistence, your faith, and your unshakable belief that God is always working in your favor. This is a moment of divine alignment. Every piece of your life, every decision, every prayer, and every sacrifice has brought you to this moment of fulfillment. The things you've been waiting for, the things you've been praying for, are now being released into your life. But this reward is not just for your benefit, it's for the people around you as well. Your reward is a sign to the world that God is faithful, that He rewards those who diligently seek Him, and that He is always on time. You are a living testament to the fact that God's promises are true, and your story will inspire others to trust in Him more deeply. There is a power in receiving what is rightfully yours. It doesn't just bless your life, it creates a ripple effect that touches those around you. You are a vessel of God's goodness, and as you are rewarded, others will be able to witness the power of God's work in your life. Your success, your breakthroughs, and your rewards are not just for you to enjoy alone. They are a beacon of hope for others who may be struggling or questioning if God will come through for them. When they see you, they will know that it is possible, that it is real, and that God's love is for them too. What you are experiencing tonight is a manifestation of the work that has been happening in the unseen realms. Every prayer you've prayed, every word of affirmation you've spoken, every act of faith you've taken has been building up to this moment. You may not have always seen the results immediately, but God was working behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail of your life. Now the manifestations are here, and they are greater than anything you could have imagined. This moment is a culmination of everything that has come before it, but it is also a starting point for what is to come. The reward you are receiving tonight is a seed, and just like any seed, it will grow and multiply. What God is doing in your life tonight is not just a one-time blessing. It is the beginning of a new season, a season of abundance, growth, and expansion. You've entered a new level of favor, and as you continue to walk in His will, the blessings will continue to flow. God's blessings are like a river. They don't stop, they just keep flowing. The more you allow God to work in and through your life, the more you will see His favor poured out in ways you never thought possible. As you stand in this moment, receiving the reward that is rightfully yours, take time to reflect on the journey that brought you here. Think about the obstacles, the challenges, and the setbacks that you faced. Think about how difficult it seemed at times to keep going, how you sometimes questioned whether it was worth it. But now, as you look at what is unfolding in your life, you can see that it was worth it. Every struggle, every hardship, every moment of doubt was all part of God's perfect plan to bring you to this place of victory. And what you are receiving tonight is just a small glimpse of the greater things that are still to come. This reward is a reflection of your inner transformation. God doesn't just reward outward actions, He rewards the changes that have taken place in your heart. The patience you've learned, the humility you've embraced, the wisdom you gained, these are the things that God rewards. You didn't just get to this point by chance. It was the work that God has done in you, the growth He has brought about in your spirit. That has prepared you for this moment. Now, as a reward is manifested in your life, it is a reflection of your inner strength, your trust in God, and your willingness to surrender to His will. The reward you are receiving tonight is also a reminder that you are chosen. You have been set apart for a divine purpose, and this moment is evidence of that. You were never meant to follow the crowd or live a life of mediocrity. You were meant to stand out, to shine, and to be a light in this world. God has been preparing you for something great, and tonight is a sign that your time has come. You have passed the tests, you have stayed true to your faith, and now the reward is here. This is not just for your benefit, but for the advancement of God's kingdom. Your success will bring glory to Him, and your life will be a living testimony of His goodness. As you step into this new season, remember that this reward is not an end, but a continuation of the journey. The blessings you are receiving tonight are just the beginning of a greater outpouring. God's favor is upon you, and He is not finished with you yet. There is more to come, greater blessings, greater opportunities, greater breakthroughs. This is your moment, but it is not your final moment. There is much more to be done and much more to be received. Keep your eyes on God, keep your heart open to His leading, and keep walking in faith. You are just getting started. The reward that is unfolding in your life tonight is not just about the material blessings, but about the deeper spiritual growth that is taking place. You are being transformed, and that transformation will continue throughout your life. As you receive this reward, know that it is not the end of your journey, but the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter filled with greater blessings, greater favor, and greater opportunities to impact the world around you. You've earned this moment, and God is honoring your faithfulness. But remember, this reward is just a glimpse of what is to come. You are being prepared for greater things, and this is just the beginning. As you continue to trust in God, He will continue to bless you. The reward you are receiving tonight is only a taste of what's ahead. Keep moving forward, keep trusting, and keep believing that God is always working on your behalf. His favor is upon you, and His blessings will never cease. Tonight, as the reward is poured out into your life, take a moment to thank God for His faithfulness. Acknowledge the work He has done in your life, and praise Him for what is to come. You are walking in a new season of blessings, and God will continue to lead you into greater things. As you receive your reward, know that this is only the beginning of the incredible things God has planned for you. Your journey is far from over, and the best is yet to come. As you stand in the fullness of God's reward tonight, remember that this moment is not just for you, but for His glory and for the people who will be touched by your testimony. The struggles you've faced, the patience you've exercised, and the faith you've held onto were never in vain. This is the harvest of your perseverance, and the seeds you planted with every prayer, every act of obedience, are now bearing fruit. But do not think that this reward is the end of your journey. It is just the beginning. God has more in store for you than you can ever imagine. This is a pivotal moment, a milestone, but the road ahead is filled with even greater blessings and breakthroughs. Continue to walk in faith, keep your heart aligned with His will, and expect even greater manifestations in your life. Trust that God's timing is perfect, and this reward is exactly what you need for this season. As you move forward, carry with you the knowledge that you are chosen, you are loved, and you are destined for greatness. Your story is just unfolding, and as you walk in His grace, the best is yet to come. Keep your eyes on Him, trust in His plan, and know that tonight is just a glimpse of the abundant life He has promised you. There is a presence within you greater than any obstacle you face, mightier than any storm you endure. This presence is not outside of you, nor is it separate from you. It is the very essence of your being. You have been conditioned to believe in struggle, in fear, in doubt, but today you are being called to release it all. Let go of the weight you have carried for too long, for it is not yours to bear. The very thing you are worried about is already resolved in the unseen. The moment you surrender your worry, you open the door for divine intervention. You do not need to struggle, to beg, or to plead. God does not require desperation. He requires trust. He does not respond to fear. He responds to faith. What you hold in your mind, you hold in your hands. And if your mind is filled with doubt, fear, and worry, you will see more of the same in your life. But if your mind is filled with trust, with certainty, with the knowing that all is well, then your world must reflect this truth. You are not placed on this earth to suffer, to be lost, to feel abandoned. You are a child of the divine, an expression of the infinite, and you have within you the power to shift everything. The same power that created the heavens and the earth moves through you now. It is waiting for you to acknowledge it, to believe in it, to rest in its certainty. The battle is not yours to fight, for the victory has already been won. So the answer exists before the question is even asked. Look around you. Every star, every wave, every blade of grass exists in perfect order. There is no chaos in creation, no randomness in divine design. If the entire universe is held together by perfect harmony, how much more are you cared for? How much more are you seen, guided, and loved? You have been taught to measure your life by what your eyes can see, but what is seen is only a reflection of what is unseen. The truth is, the moment you ask, it is given. The moment you knock, the door is open. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Every moment of your life, God has been leading you even when you could not see it. Every hardship, every delay, every closed door was guiding you towards something greater. The divine plan is unfolding even now, and it is greater than anything you have imagined. Do not be deceived by appearances. What looks like an ending is only a beginning. What seems like loss is merely a passage to something better. Today, let go of the need to control, to overthink, to force things into place. Stand still and know that He is God. When you surrender, miracles begin. When you rest in faith, the path is made clear. When you believe, all things become possible. The burdens you carry are lifted. The fears that have weighed you down dissolve. The solution is already here. It is done. It is finished. Now, all you must do is trust. There is nothing in your life that is beyond the reach of God's power. Nothing too broken, nothing too lost, nothing too far gone. The mind has been trained to believe in limitations, in obstacles and impossibilities. But God knows no such thing. What you call a problem, He calls an opportunity. What you see as a delay, He sees as perfect timing. What you feel is overwhelming is nothing in the presence of the infinite. And so today you are being called to step out of worry and into trust. The mind will tell you that if you do not worry, you are being irresponsible. That if you do not struggle, you are not trying hard enough. But what if the opposite were true? What if your very effort, your very worry is the thing standing in the way? What if the moment you surrender, you allow the floodgates of heaven to open? You are being asked to do something radical, to trust that all is well even when your senses tell you otherwise, to direct your mind and to know that all your senses let them know where you are. If you really believe in what you cannot yet see, to hold on to the knowing that the same God who brought you this far will not abandon you now. There is a divine intelligence that orchestrates all things. It knows the way when you cannot see it. It has prepared a path when you feel lost. It has already answered before you even asked. But worry blinds you. It clutters your mind with doubt and fills your heart with fear. Worry is a thief. It steals your peace, your joy, your clarity. And yet, it changes nothing. Not once has worry solved the problem. Listen in action. Not once has anxiety made a way where there was none. But trust has moved mountains. Trust has parted seas. Trust has made the impossible possible. The problem is not that God is not working in your life. The problem is that you are looking in the wrong direction. You are searching with your physical eyes instead of your spiritual ones. You are measuring progress by what you can touch instead of what is already unfolding in the unseen. What you seek is already here, but you must align yourself with it. And alignment does not come through worry. It comes through faith. Have you ever noticed how effortlessly the sun rises each morning? It does not struggle. It does not force its way through the darkness. It simply appears as it was designed to do. This is how your blessings will come effortlessly, naturally, in perfect time. But only if you allow it. Only if you stop resisting. Only if you stop doubting what has already been promised to you. Everything that is happening in your life right now, even the things you do not understand, is part of a greater plan. The delays are not denials. The closed doors are not punishments. The detours are not mistakes. They are all pieces of a divine masterpiece, one that is being woven together in ways far beyond your comprehension. And when you finally see it come together, when you finally witness what God has been preparing for you all along, you will understand why you had to wait, why certain things had to fall apart, why certain people had to leave, why certain prayers seemed unanswered. But in truth, no prayer ever goes unanswered. Every word you have ever spoken, every silent cry, every whispered hope has been heard, and not only heard, but answered. The answer exists even now, but it is waiting for you to receive it. And you cannot receive with hands that are clenched in fear. You cannot receive with a heart that is burdened with doubt. You must release. You must open yourself to the truth that God is not just with you. He is within you. And within Him there is no lack, no struggle, no failure. What if you lived today as if everything you needed was already on its way? What if you spoke as if the solution was already here? What if you carried yourself with the confidence of someone who knew, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that their prayers had already been answered? Would you still worry? Would you still stress? Or would you walk in peace, knowing that all things are unfolding exactly as they should? There is a reason you are hearing this message today. There are no accidents in the divine order of things. God is speaking to you, calling you to a higher way of being. You have been trapped in worry for too long. You have allowed fear to take up residence in your heart for too long. But no more. Today is the day you release it. Today is the day you choose faith over fear. Do not wait for circumstances to change before you find peace. Do not wait for everything to make sense before you trust. Faith does not wait for evidence. It creates it. Faith does not need proof. It is the proof. And the moment you embody this faith, the moment you live in the certainty that God has already solved, your reality will shift. What once seemed impossible will become effortless. The doors that once felt locked will swing open. The path that once seemed unclear will be illuminated. You are closer than you think. The breakthrough is not ahead of you. It is within you. The moment you stop seeking outside of yourself, The moment you stop doubting, you will see it. God has already made a way. You do not need to fight for it. You do not need to earn it. You only need to believe. And when you do, everything will change. You have been searching for answers, trying to find solutions, trying to figure out how everything will come together. But the answer has never been outside of you. The answer has been within you this entire time. God has already spoken. He has already declared victory over your life. He has already set things in motion. And nothing can stop what He has ordained for you. You do not need to chase after what is already yours. You do not need to struggle for what has already been given. The only thing required of you is belief. And belief is not just a fleeting thought. It is a deep inner knowing, an unshakable conviction that no matter what appears before you, the truth remains unchanged. The truth is that you are taken care of. The truth is that you are guided, protected, and provided for. The truth is that the same power that created the universe is within you, working through you, unfolding every detail of your life in perfect harmony. Worry is a habit, and like all habits, it can be broken. You have become so accustomed to anticipating problems, preparing for disappointments, and expecting delays that you have unknowingly conditioned yourself to live in a state of fear. But you were not created to live this way. You were not created to dwell in anxiety, to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. God never asked you to figure it all out. Chocanus came away. God never asked you to figure it all out. He never asked you to fix everything on your own. He only asked you to trust. When a child is in the arms of a loving parent, they do not worry about what will happen next. They do not question if they will be provided for. They simply rest in the certainty that they are safe. That is the kind of trust you are being called to embody. A trust that does not waver, a trust that remains steady even when the winds of life are strong, a trust that knows without a doubt that everything is already taken care of. Look back at your life. How many times have you thought that things were falling apart, only to realize later that they were actually falling into place? How many times have you feared the worst, only to be met with unexpected blessings? How many times have you doubted, only to later see that God had been working all along? If He did it before, He will do it again. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. His promises have not changed. His power has not diminished. His love for you has not wavered. Right now, you may not see the way forward. You may not understand how things will come together, but that is not your concern. Your concern is to align yourself with the truth. Your concern is to hold fast to faith. Your concern is to speak only what you desire to see, to think only thoughts of victory, to dwell only in the certainty that all is well. Do not let the noise of the world distract you. Do not let the opinions of others shake your confidence. Do not let temporary circumstances convince you of a false reality. What you see with your physical eyes is fleeting, but what is unseen is eternal. What is unseen is what matters most. You are standing at the threshold of transformation. Everything you have been asking for, everything you have been hoping for, is waiting for you to step into alignment with it. The moment you stop doubting, the moment you stop resisting, the moment you release the need to control, the floodgates will open. You will see with clarity what has been there all along. You will realize that you were never waiting on God. He was waiting on you. The struggle ends the moment you decide it does. The burden lifts the moment you let go. The solution appears the moment you believe it is already done. Faith is the bridge between where you are and where you desire to be, and that bridge is already built. You only need to walk across it. Every delay you have faced has served a purpose. Every challenge you have encountered has strengthened you. Every hardship you have endured has prepared you. Nothing has been wasted. Not a single tear, not a single prayer, not a single moment of uncertainty has been in vain. It has all been working together for your good. And when you finally see the full picture, when you finally understand the divine plan that has been unfolding all along, you will stand in awe of how perfectly everything has been arranged. There is no need to fear what is ahead. There is no need to worry about how things will unfold. There is no need to question whether you are worthy of receiving the blessings that have been prepared for you. You are worthy because He has made you worthy. You are chosen, you are favored. You are loved beyond measure. Let today be the day you decide to trust completely. Let today be the day you release every doubt, every fear, every hesitation. Let today be the day you stand in the fullness of faith, knowing that what you have asked for is already on its way. Not tomorrow, not someday in the distant future, but now, in this moment, because the moment you believe, it is done. Close your eyes and breathe in this truth. Let it fill every part of you. Let it settle into your heart and take root in your soul. You are not alone. You have never been alone. And you never will be. Everything you need is already yours. Everything you desire is already unfolding. And all that is required of you is to receive. The universe is already moving in your favor. Every force in existence is aligning to bring forth what has been promised to you. There has never been a delay, only preparation. There has never been denial, only divine timing. The moment you recognize this truth, the weight you have been carrying will dissolve, the worry that has gripped your mind will release its hold, and peace will take its place. Then, very short, you will finally understand that nothing was ever missing. Everything was always unfolding exactly as it should. You have prayed, you have asked. But have you truly received? Have you truly stepped into the knowing that what you desire is already done? Or have you been waiting, hoping, hesitating? There is a difference between wanting something and living as though it is already yours. God does not respond to desperation. He responds to faith. Faith is not begging. Faith is not pleading. Faith is the unwavering certainty that what has been spoken will come to pass. But look around you. Everything you see was once unseen. Every breakthrough you have experienced was once a prayer. Every blessing you have received was once just a thought. And yet, here you are, standing in the reality of what was once only a vision. What makes you think that the next miracle will be any different? What makes you believe that God has suddenly stopped working on your behalf? He has not stopped. He has not forgotten. He has not changed. When a farmer plants a seed, he does not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. He does not question whether it will bear fruit. He does not doubt the process. He simply trusts, waters the soil, and waits in confidence, knowing that in due time the harvest will come. That is the kind of faith you are being called to embody. A faith that does not waver. A faith that does not question. A faith that stands firm regardless of what the physical eyes can see. You were never meant to struggle. You were never meant to live in a state of fear, uncertainty, or lack. These are illusions, temporary distractions from the greater truth that resides within you. The truth is that abundance is already yours, healing is already yours, breakthrough is already yours. But you must accept it. You must claim it. You must stand in the fullness of faith and say, it is done. Every time you doubt, you delay. Every time you fear, you push away what is rightfully yours. Every time you focus on the problem, you strengthen it. But when you shift your focus, when you turn your attention to the certainty of God's provision, when you align yourself with the divine order of the universe, everything begins to flow effortlessly. The walls that once seemed impenetrable crumble. The barriers that once stood in your way dissolve. The doors that once seemed closed swing wide open. You have been conditioned to believe that you must strive, that you must fight, that you must struggle for what is already freely given. But what if you simply let go? What if you released every ounce of resistance and surrendered to the flow of divine grace? What if you stopped worrying altogether and stepped fully into trust? It is not your job to know how. It is not your job to figure out when. Your only responsibility is to believe, to trust so completely that there is no room for fear, to have such certainty that even in the darkest moments you stand unshaken, knowing that the light is already on its way. God is not limited by time. He is not bound by circumstances. He is not restricted by what appears impossible. What seems like a mountain to you is nothing more than a pebble in the hands of the Almighty. What seems like an obstacle to you is nothing more than an illusion waiting to dissolve. But you must allow it. You must step out of the way and let divine order take over. Worry is an act of distrust. It is a sign that you have not fully surrendered, and yet surrender is the key. Surrender is not giving up. It is rising above. It is choosing to release the burden and allow the highest power to work on your behalf. It is standing in stillness, not because you are powerless, but because you know that the greatest power in existence is already moving through you. The moment you stop resisting, everything will shift. The answers you have been seeking will appear effortlessly. The solutions you have been searching for will present themselves without struggle. The opportunities you have been waiting for will come knocking at your door. Because it was never about effort. It was never about force. It was always about alignment. When you align yourself with truth, the world around you must conform. When you align yourself with faith, reality has no choice but to mirror that faith. When you align yourself with divine timing, everything falls into place with precision, ease, and perfection. You do not need to chase. You do not need to beg. You only need to receive. Receiving is not passive. It is an active choice. It is the choice to trust when everything in you wants to doubt. It is the choice to believe when the world tells you otherwise. It is the choice to stand firm in faith, knowing that what has been promised is already yours. The noise of the world will try to distract you. The doubts in your mind will try to shake you. The circumstances before you will try to convince you that nothing is changing. But that is only a test. That is only a temporary illusion designed to strengthen your resolve. Do not waver. Do not give in to fear. Hold your ground and know that everything is working. This is not the time to question. This is not the time to hesitate. This is the time to step fully into faith, to declare with absolute certainty that all things are being made right, to move forward with the confidence that the way is already prepared, to live as though you have already received, because in truth you have. The moment you truly believe is the moment everything changes. Not tomorrow, not next week now. Because faith does not operate in time. It operates in the eternal now. The moment you decide that you are free, you are free. The moment you decide that you are healed, you are healed. The moment you decide that your breakthrough has come, it has already arrived. You have spent enough time worrying. You have spent enough time doubting. You have spent enough time waiting. Now is the time to step fully into trust. Now is the time to release every fear, every hesitation, every ounce of resistance. Now is the time to stand in the absolute knowing that God has already made a way. Breathe in the truth of these words. Let them settle deep within your spirit. Let them dissolve every lingering doubt. Let them replace every fear with certainty. You are safe. You are loved. You are provided for. And everything you have been asking for, everything you have been seeking, is already on its way. Not because of what you have done, not because of how hard you have tried, but because you are a child of God and He has already declared it to be so. It is finished. It is done. And now, all that remains is for you to receive. The power that created the heavens and the earth is the same power that flows through you now. It has never left you. It has never been distant. It has never withheld anything from you. But you have been taught to look outside of yourself, to search for solutions in the world, to believe that your answer lies somewhere beyond your reach. That is the great illusion. The truth is, everything you seek is already within you. That every solution, every breakthrough, every blessing, it is already yours. But you must awaken to this knowing. You must stop waiting, stop doubting, stop believing that you are separate from the divine source that sustains all things. When you pray, do you pray from a place of lack or from a place of certainty? Do you beg for what is already yours, or do you give thanks, knowing that it is already being granted? This is the difference between faith and fear. Fear prays as if God is far away. Fear prays as if there is uncertainty in the outcome. But faith prays with gratitude. Faith does not ask, it claims. Faith does not wonder. It knows. And the moment you shift from hoping to knowing, everything changes. You were never meant to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You were never meant to live in anxiety, stress, or fear. These things are not of God. These things are not your natural state. Your natural state is peace. Your natural state is joy. Your natural state is complete and total trust. And when you return to this state, the entire universe bends to meet you where you stand. Doors open effortlessly. Opportunities arise where before there were none. Solutions present themselves without struggle. Because the moment you align with divine truth, the entire fabric of reality must shift to reflect that truth. You have spent so much time trying to control, trying to fix, trying to make things happen, and yet you have not realized that the very act of trying is resistance. The moment you release, the moment you surrender, the moment you let go of the need to figure everything out, you will see that it was never your burden to carry in the first place. God does not need your struggle. He does not need your effort. He simply needs your trust. Look at the birds of the air. They do not worry about where their next meal will come from, and yet they are fed. Look at the lilies of the field. They do not toil, and yet they bloom in perfect beauty. If God so perfectly provides for them, how much more will He provide for you? You who are made in His image. You who are His beloved creation. You who are already held in His hands. Amen. But still you worry. Still you fear. Still you believe that you must take matters into your own hands, as if the one who created all things is not capable of guiding your steps. And yet each time you let go, each time you release your grip, each time you surrender the illusion of control, you find that life moves with perfect ease, that the answers come, that the solutions appear, that the weight lifts, that at last remonstrates that you were not meant to live in a state of waiting. You were meant to live in a state of receiving. And receiving does not require effort. It requires faith. It requires you to stop questioning, stop hesitating, stop wondering whether or not God is working on your behalf. Because He is. He always has been. He always will be. The only thing standing in your way is your own resistance. The moment you release it, everything will flow. The moment you stop doubting, everything will unfold. The moment you trust completely, you will see that the very thing you have been seeking has been seeking you all along. It has been waiting for you to align with it, to step into the certainty of existence, to claim it as already done. There is no delay in the kingdom of God. There is no hesitation. There is no lack. These are illusions of the human mind, distractions that pull you away from the deeper truth that you are already whole, already provided for, already held in the perfect love of God. And the moment you wake up to this truth, the moment you embody it fully, the world around you will shift in ways you never thought possible. You do not need to understand how. You do not need to see the full picture. You only need to trust. And trust is not something that wavers. Trust is not something that changes with circumstance. True trust remains unshaken even when the world gives every reason to doubt. True trust stands firm even in the face of uncertainty. True trust knows that beyond every obstacle there is a greater plan unfolding, a plan that is already set in motion, a plan that cannot fail. God is not waiting to bless you. He has already blessed you. God is not withholding your breakthrough. It is already done. God is not testing you to see if you are worthy. You are already chosen. The only thing left for you to do is believe it, to step fully into this knowing, to release every last bit of doubt, and step into the certainty that all is well, that all has been taken care of, that all is unfolding exactly as it should. Every time you worry, remind yourself that worry is a choice. Every time you doubt, remind yourself that doubt is an illusion. Every time you feel fear creeping in, remind yourself that fear is nothing more than a false story your mind has created. And in that moment, choose faith instead. Choose to trust. Choose to believe. Choose to know with every fiber of your being that God has already made a way. There are no accidents in your life. There are no mistakes. Everything that has happened, everything that is happening, everything that will happen, it is all part of a divine design. A perfect orchestration that is leading you exactly where you need to be. And when you stop fighting it, when you stop resisting it, when you stop trying to force things to happen on your own, you will see that everything is already in motion. Everything is already flowing. Everything is already done. It is time to step out of the struggle. It is time to step out of the fear. It is time to step fully into the knowing that you are already held, already loved, already taken care of. It is time to stop looking for signs. Stop asking for reassurance. Stop questioning whether or not God is working in your life. He is. He always has been. He always will be. And the moment you stop questioning, the moment you stop doubting, the moment you stop hesitating and simply trust, you will see that everything you have been waiting for has been waiting for you. You do not need to earn your blessing. You do not need to prove yourself worthy. You do not need to struggle for what has already been freely given. You only need to receive it. And receiving is not about effort. It is about surrender. It is about releasing every last ounce of fear, every last drop of doubt, every last trace of resistance, and stepping fully into the knowing that it is already done. Everything is working out for you. Every detail is being arranged in your favor. Every challenge is preparing you for the blessing that is already on its way. And when you truly understand this, when you truly embody this, when you truly stand in the fullness of faith without wavering, you will see that God has already solved it, that every prayer has already been answered, that every need has already been met, that everything you have ever desired has already been given. Now, the only thing left is for you to trust, to believe, to step into the certainty that you are already taken care of, to let go of every doubt, every fear, every hesitation, and finally rest in the truth that it is done, that it has always been done, that it will always be done. And the moment you do, you will see that the very thing you were searching for was never far away. It was never out of reach. So it was always here. It was always yours. It was always waiting for you to simply believe. So now stand firm in your faith. Release every burden, every doubt, every fear. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. And you are not alone. God has already gone before you, preparing the way, aligning every detail, orchestrating every moment for your highest good. You do not need to struggle. You do not need to figure it all out. You simply need to trust. Trust that the answer is already within you. Trust that the solution is already unfolding. Trust that God has already solved it. And as you walk forward with this knowing, as you let go and surrender fully, you will see miracles unfold before your very eyes. You will see doors open that no man can shut. You will see blessings chase you down. And you will finally understand that all along, everything was working together for your good. It is done. It has always been done. Now simply believe.